My heart rages around like an ocean in my head, because there are so many things that I left unsaid. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, know I'll find you in my dreams.
Welcome, ladies and gents, to another episode of Above the Fold Live, episode 23. I'm here with your favorites, fellas, Nuns and Moses, aka
Hello.
Adam. What up? And
hello.
not to forget, Neon Demon, aka Scott, you sexy beast. How you doing, sir?
Hello, very well, thanks.
Awesome. We have a fantastic show for you guys today, and thank you so much for each and every one of you being here. I hope you've had a good weekend. So today we'll be having some interesting conversations about some VR stuff with Oculus, and then some VR stuff with Xbox. Among Us, we had some interesting Twitch stream with Among Us, as well as some other tids and little things with Tesla as well. So with that said, shall start off with the first segment, passing off to Neon Demon. Take it over.
Okay, thank you. So, not a very not a very good first segment, to be honest. This is kind of bad news in a sense. In fact, we'll start with the bad news, and we'll get we'll end my bit with the good news. We'll do it like that. So, so if you own a Oculus VR headset, we know Facebook announced in August that you'll be required to have a Facebook login account, and if you don't, you can't use it. So we know that's anti-consumer, but this is Facebook. But they came out with some more information, and they said, if you delete your linked Facebook account, you will lose all your Oculus games. That's your purchases, your progress, your in-app purchases, and even your achievements. At this point, I'm thinking, well, they might as well just put a little stamp on there saying, "Don't buy me." It's like, as coming from someone who's said that all time from Facebook, I'm kind of really disgusted about it, because me and Nuns both own an Oculus VR, and just the thought of me jumping back on Facebook to use it is kind of putting me off. And I mean, it's a bit of a bummer, really. But the news came from uploadvr.com, and it was following. This news came about following the launch of the new Oculus Quest 2, which is an absolutely fantastic piece of kit. I mean, it's probably the cheapest and almost the best introduction to VR on the market right now. So it's a shame, really, that Facebook decided to go this route. But like, even if you deactivate your account, you don't have access to your purchase games. So it's a bit shitty in a way that they're forcing people to get a Facebook account. But
then again, how is it that with how? I see the bad side. I don't really want to put a Facebook account to games and stuff I purchase, because I'm keen on Facebook anyway. I kind of just go on there and talk to friends. Also, we're using the Messenger, that sort of thing. But then again, then I see the other side. You've got like Epic. You've got to sign up to an Epic account or stuff like that to get access to games as well. So I know it's like their sort of version of going, right, okay, if you want to buy a game, you want to play it on our platform, you've got to sign up. And then when it comes to that sort of terms, you're like, fair enough. It's just like having Epic and a Steam account, all that sort of thing. So,
I see what you're saying. I've already created an Oculus account.
Right, yeah, sorry, I didn't.
Why? Yeah, I just why are they forcing us? Right now, anyone who buys the new Oculus VR headset, what was it called, the Quest Quest 2, you have to have a Facebook account to log in. The existing Oculus accounts, that will get ported over. Well, you'll have no choice but to create an account by January 1st, 2023. So I've got a few years, but it's made me think twice about potentially upgrading or sticking with the Oculus Quests, or just Oculus in general, really. I'm very. There's a reason why I came off Facebook, and I'm sure a lot of people will agree. Hargit, I see you. I'll respond to this.
There was
okay,
a comment.
Just quickly. The reason there's no beanie is because I had a look at myself last stream, and I kind of look like Ali G. So I'm moving away from the beanie. But thanks for noticing. So
just quickly, for those of you that don't know Ali G, just go Google it. It's the same person that plays Borat. So yeah, definitely check it out.
He's known for his yellow tinted glasses and his
it's
tight hands.
It's great.
Thanks for bringing it up.
Just real quick, listen. With what Ono said is, so it's FB forcing the link to get players' info. Obviously, now, ever since I watched a docu movie, The Social Dilemma, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a way for them to be able to have access to, or another way to, like you said, you deleted Facebook because you felt that the practices were what's not in line with your values, whatnot. Now, this is a way for them to sort of make you come back and then have access to that information. So. Yeah. I think if you look at it from that point of view, I wouldn't be surprised if that's another strategy for people to sort of return and obviously stay, so that they don't obviously lose their access to the Oculus games. But
they're just trying to get the whole kind of Facebook into Oculus as much. Anyway, Facebook owns Oculus now, but it's obviously their way, and it kind of step by step gradually getting rid of the Oculus brand, I think, and just becoming Facebook Quest type, the Facebook VR experience, and that's what I think is going to go down. I think in about another 6 months, a year at the most, you'll not see Oculus, you'll see Facebook like Quest, VR, Facebook VR, that sort of thing. And that's what it is. They're cutting off the Oculus account, merging. Also, are they merging games over to your Facebook account? Are they merging like the two accounts? So say you could potentially have an Oculus account and a Facebook account using two different username passwords or email addresses, that sort of thing.
Well, now it's going to be
I
like
imagine you just merge over.
Yeah.
Because they've given us a date. They've given us. Well, I'll be furious if I lose everything. I mean, I've not put that much money into the VR headset already. Majority of my game purchases are on Steam, which I'm glad I made that initial decision. But I think just what Facebook is known for, they like. I don't know if anyone has ever read Terms of Service Too Long Didn't Read. It's basically a website which as it's stated, it kind of quantifies all the terms of service for all these different brands like Google, Facebook, Wikipedia, Amazon, and the worst of the lot is Facebook. They are a class E, whereas as Twitter, Twitter's not much better, but it doesn't sell your information. And it doesn't track you on every other website you go to.
Yeah, I guess. No, Karen.
Yeah, no, you go.
I'm just gonna say to that point, there's no platform that is holy or looking out for you. They're all doing things to get your information. Obviously, there's a degree of what the nastiness or what strategies they put in, and definitely Facebook is definitely like at the very bottom of that list. So. Actually at the very top of what kind of like different strategies they use. But I'm just thinking, I mean, like what Adam said, if it's a case they really want to get away from Oculus and just say, you know what, this is Facebook VR, is it so out of, and this is just me being devil's advocate, okay, is it so out of place for them saying, you know what, we want you guys to want to do it this way because we want it to be on our Facebook platform, no longer Oculus account, it is Facebook, and this is the only way they can do it. So is it so wrong for them to do it in this fashion, given that it is their brand, it is their own platform, basically?
That's what I said. I kind of agree with that. I think as a company, if you buy a company, you want to kind of start merging your brand on theirs, if that's what the plan is to do in the long term, and this is steps they've got to take. Fair enough. It's just one of them unlucky things for the consumer that Facebook has bought Oculus, and in a way, Oculus thinks, "Hang on, fucking hell, I've built this. I've been bought out for a lot of money." For a company's point of view, fair enough. But it is just shitty that the way Facebook is kind of known at the moment is a bit crap, and we don't want to kind of create Facebook account. Like I've just reading chat there. Dassel said Facebook game is a horrible idea. As if I want my nan to say that my last played game was World War II hentai battle simulator in VR. Yeah, but I kind of agree with Hog as well. I wonder if my grandma actually knows what hentai is. But supposedly her Hog got to wait to check as we speak. So let's see if she does. But you're right. As well. You don't. That was my point of view. I don't want. That's why I didn't go to Facebook gaming live streaming. I don't want. I kind of Twitch side of things is separate to my own personal. Facebook is quite personal because you get all your friends and family from school and all that sort of thing, and you just want to kind of step out of that, go into your game and Twitch head, have a good time talking to all your other friends and stuff on Twitch and game on there. Because again, for me, a better experience. So, yeah.
I mean, I think I don't know. I don't know if my opinion is based on the fact that I left Facebook for a reason, and just what's his face is always in the he's always in the news, and it's been in the source of contention for some time because of the predatory ads that are on there for vulnerable people, vulnerable grandmothers who get all their news from Facebook, and it's just fake news. And I hate using that word, but it's true. But it is what it is. I won't be putting any more money into Oculus, and I'll be voting with my wallet. That's all I can do as a consumer at this point. I don't support Facebook in any way really. Probably the closest is WhatsApp, and I barely use that. But I mean, coming from someone who managed to get away from Facebook, it was quite hard because I spent, almost every day using it, and a lot of my family do, and that's how I communicated with a lot of my friends. But
now he has no friends and family.
Yeah. I no longer speak to them.
I'm just a drop in the ocean on the scale of things, but I sleep better at night.
Look, I'm just going to say just one thing. Guys, if you haven't seen the documentary, The Social Dilemma, I would encourage everybody to. It's going to either open your mind or reaffirm what you already know about all of the social platforms. There's always a game behind it, and usually it's not in our favor. So really need to do our research when it comes to these things because it is our data, it is our life we're putting out there. So definitely do your research and know what you're putting out there.
Whoever looks at my life and goes, "Ooh, you're worth keeping. You're worth looking at a bit more." They've got another thing coming.
But it's like they. I mean, I don't want to get too political, but if you look at how last election went, especially in the States and even other countries, Facebook has had a hand in influencing and targeting and triggering all of this, different events happening that wasn't beneficial for the country itself. So it's just. It's scary how powerful these platforms are. So you really have to be careful with them. But yeah, that's why I understand why you left, Scott. I only use Facebook, the Messenger. I don't even touch the actual platform, just the Messenger to speak to people. That's it. So yeah.
I mean, the only thing I do miss is using Facebook as a login. Now I have to create accounts. How first world is that? Right. But on to lighter news. So we potentially VR is coming to Xbox. But I say potentially because this basically a little bit of information was data mined from a VR beta test for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So we know it's due to receive VR support in a closed beta soon. However, the PC Code has drawn attention to an upcoming Series X and Series S versions of the game, including an Xbox-compatible VR mode for the next generation. So us three have had conversations about VR, Xbox in the past, how we would like VR. But Phil Spencer, head of Xbox, has been on record a few times, said it's just not a priority for them. And he was right, because we all know that Xbox kind of lost this generation in a big way. And it was right for him to focus on games, not more platforms, basically. And, taking on VR is kind of a big thing to undertake, really. Got to redesign the dashboard. It's not as simple as just plugging in your headset. So I've been wanting VR Xbox VR and Xbox for some time, and this is probably the first legit information we've had towards it. I mean, they could be just testing it. I mean, it was basically picked up by a forum user called, oh Christ, how do you pronounce that? Signa Flick. And he's claiming that multiple Xbox-related strings found in in-game files included references to PC VR and Scarlet VR. So Scarlet is another code word which we've been seeing a lot. I mean, the Xbox Series S and X were known as Anaconda and Lockhart. So we don't know what Scarlet is yet. There's a lot of people, obviously, we're thinking it's VR now. Prior to that, we didn't really know what it was. I mean, just question to you guys: would you like Xbox to have their own, a more affordable VR, or would you just rather buy a third party and just plug it in?
Adam, you go. I'll
well, easy for me. Third party and plug it in, because I've already got Oculus and I'm happy with it. I know fair enough they're going to get better as time goes on.
Yeah.
But then again, that might not be the more affordable choice. You might get another third party come out later down the line with something cheaper, a lot cheaper, and you'll be able to plug that into the Xbox and ta-da. So that's my thoughts. I'd rather have third party implementation rather than what PlayStation has as a PlayStation VR, and that's it. You're stuck with it. I might get one up on PlayStation there if they come out with, say, right, okay, you can plug in Oculus, you can plug in what's it called, HP's Vive. Is it HP anymore? No.
It's
anyway.
Isn't it Lenovo?
It's Lenovo Vive, or something like that. Yeah, the Vive one. Any other one? Just plug and play. But yeah, we never know. See what happens.
I mean,
it'd be nice to have VR on the Xbox.
Yeah, I'm thinking for as a customer who doesn't have a VR headset. I mean, we know that the PlayStation VR sold much more than any of the others. The others are quite premium. I mean, that's probably why the new Quest, the Oculus Quest 2, has done quite well, because it's the more affordable option and it's wireless. So technology is getting better. I would like Microsoft to have a crack at it. But Arrow, what are your thoughts on Xbox VR?
So mine is going to be on the premise that I don't really like. I think there's still a lot more. Like, in terms of the technology for VR, I feel like it's not there yet where I feel like I would want to buy or invest or have it as a part of my gaming setup. So that's where my foundation is when it comes to VR in general. So when with this information, I was like, okay, this is cool, but it doesn't really affect me. However, I think I'm with Adam that if you already have a third-party VR headset, I think it would be nice if they say, you know what, it's fine, you can use your third-party accessories with the Xbox so that you can, use it. It would suck if you have to buy a specific Xbox VR headset. Now, it's within their power to do so. Like, no, you only have to use our stuff for within our,
it's exactly
ecosystem.
What PlayStation did.
Yeah, it's cool. I get it, but more for, like, I guess for us as consumers, as buyers, it would be cool if, again, we can use our third-party accessories. But I'll be curious to see which way they take this. I think if they say, you know what, you can either use ours or use, whether it's the Oculus or the Vive or whatever the case may be, that would be great. But for me, I don't know. I'm not yet sold on VR yet for me to invest my money into. Not yet, anyway. So like
well, before we move on to the next topic,
yeah.
Just quick catch up and chat. I thought worth mentioning is I did see this the other day or earlier on today. I can't remember. Xbox has come out with a Xbox Series X fridge. Dacell has actually just reminded me on and pasted the link in there. I didn't realize they did it more than one. I did
Holy
hear about
shit.
I did hear about Snoop Dogg getting one.
Yeah, for his birthday.
Yeah, but was I Justine has got one as well?
Yeah.
And holy shit, it is. I mean, you Americans with your fridges. I know. Obviously, we get a big fridge over here. It's actually classed as an American fridge because it's that big.
Holy
So
fuck!
it looks really. Even the Xbox logo lights up. You've got the disc tray in there, and I mean, I wonder if I can maybe pop that on the.
Question.
Anyways, the link is there for everybody to see.
I know it's a fridge, right? But can you play games with it? Can I come monitor?
You know what would be awesome? I would love it if you could maybe like a bit of an HDMI bypass, so maybe put a TV on the front.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
the TV integrated.
Somebody streamed their Game Pass, their app, didn't they? Straight to a fridge.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned last week. Yeah, Doom was, yeah. So, yeah, American fridge, large, armed, and would gladly invade neighbouring countries in pursuit of more resources, according to Dacell. That's lovely. But yeah, I just thought I didn't realise I Justine have one. I wonder how many they've done.
I don't know. Did you guys see the size of the box? It was like it was like an Xbox Series Xbox, but massive with a fridge inside.
It looks like
it looks like a 3 meter by 1500 pallet.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's crazy. Like that's what you would use to like transport your belongings from one country to another country. Like it's
your whole house.
I could probably fit everything I own inside that fridge.
It's like just put me in there and just ship me off to the next country. It's crazy. What the hell?
Yeah, so that was Thank you very much, Dacell, for reminding me and pointing it out. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much, buddy. I'll have one, please. I don't know where I'll put it, but I'll have one.
Just real quick, because I know you asked me a question, Scott, about what it would take for me to embrace VR.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I interrupted that. My bad.
No, you're good. It was actually perfect because I mean, we've seen this now, and it's mind blowing. If I could be in a virtual world like Sword Art Online, then yes, I would embrace it.
It was a Black Mirror where you could put the chip in your mind or link it to your mind, and you can just sit back and you physically feel like you're in. Yeah.
Yeah, if I can get to that level, then
have you seen Black Mirror? Have you seen Black Mirror?
I have seen, but I don't know which episode you're talking about.
There is a couple of VR experiences, but yeah, well worth watching for that sort of experience.
But in all seriousness, I think just if it gets to a point where I can, let's say, play, for example, Call of Duty or Overwatch or even Ghost Runner without, projectile or without without spewing out projectiles from my mouth, then yes, I would gladly invest in VR. But I think for now, I don't fancy redecorating my wall. So yes, so I'm good.
I mean, just bringing it back down to real life, like the improvements they've made just over the a few short years, they're quite considerable. Like even between the Rift S that me and Nuns have compared to the one that's just come out. When it first came out, you required cameras and two giant cables coming out the back of your head. Now, like we've only got just one, but the Rift S, it's all self-contained. Obviously, it's not powerful enough to take on some of the AAA games like Half-Life or anything like that. But you can just simply, like a small cable, plug it into your PC, let the PC do all the work.
Oculus Quest, yeah. We've got the Rift S. It's Oculus Quest. That's it's wireless, completely wireless.
Yeah, and like I think it's almost there. It's almost there. I mean, I think the best on the market is the HTC Vive. Obviously the more expensive version as well. So I think we are heading in. I mean, I love my VR.
There has been a few people.
Yeah, I mean, when me, because it was actually Nuns who got me to get VR. And what sold
didn't take
me
much persuading, no matter what he says.
No, it never does. It never does. Like what's limiting us right now is that the games that we want to play, like Star Trek Bridge Crew, which we need more people to play with. Like that experience is phenomenal, but it's better with more than 2 people.
Yeah, like Star Trek.
Star Trek.
But also,
I just think
Dangerous and stuff. I would think that would be quite good with more than 1-2 people where you can fly around. But there is a few games out there that they're getting better as time goes on. But there is a few people. What you're saying now, Oculus Quest is wireless. There is a few people who have actually made the HTC Vive completely wireless as well, by having a little pack on the. Yeah, I mean it works all right. It's not the best, but it works. So we are getting there. Fingers crossed. It'll be a full wireless,
absolutely, yeah.
Full technology moves quite quickly. So
yeah, I'm out on it anyway. I just think for now I'm just gonna sit back in the trenches.
Have you tried it yet?
That's the thing. I'm so nervous about trying it because I feel like, what if I have a terrible experience and I end up like fainting or passing out? I've not had the opportunity yet, but I know people that I have tried it and they've had bad experience with it. So I'm not. The thing is that I'm not knocking it as it's a gimmick or whatever. I'm just being a bit more reserved and waiting to see how things progress with it. So that's my stand on it.
I mean, that's quite a bit of a stance where I was. Saw when the very first Oculus kind of beta tested units were coming out. I think there's a couple more, or maybe 2 or 3. Then they released the official Oculus Rift, then Oculus Rift S, which I thought, you know what, I've always loved the look of it. I always want to experience it. Then went to LA and experienced it. Then it was absolutely fantastic. That was a full HTC Vive. In LA, there was obviously a shop there. We experienced it there, and that was brilliant because it was a room designated just for you. It was about like 8, 9, 10 feet square. It was like, I think it was like 4 or 5 rooms lined up, and that was brilliant. We played multiplayer in there. It was absolutely fantastic. We got a Rift S and we play a Star Trek. Well, that sort of thing. It's brilliant. It really is. Yeah. I love it. But you're right. There is a lot of people who experience motion sickness as a big part of it. I can't.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Sometimes do it. When I was playing Half-Life Alyx, I've had to teleport to places instead of doing the full kind of walking motion. The full locomotion. Then I can't do it for a short period of time. But you're right. There is a point where I go, you know what? Your body goes way. Okay. I'm aware with it.
I'm very susceptible to motion sickness. I get sick just being in the back of a car. Like I can't even read or anything like that. I just feel I'm just
then again,
dead.
There is a lot of games where you could potentially sit down or just still stand up and have the kind of the room, because at the end of the day you can draw out the size of your room and you're still physically walking, so your body thinks you're in a different place, but you're in there itself, and you'll experience a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a good case. There's a good few games to get around the motion sickness.
Yeah, I mean, they all handle it very differently. I mean, I think I'm quite lucky. I prefer full locomotive. I've not experienced any kind of sickness. But the games that there's not really many fast-paced games that I play in VR, really. I mean, I've started playing. Oh, I say started. I recently been playing Star Wars Squadrons. That's probably the most fast-paced game, and I'm all right with that. But I am sat down. But I suppose it depends on what kind of experience is required, really.
It's when you start moving and your body isn't it? So it's like things are flying by as you'll think you're moving, running around, where your body's like, hang on, I'm not moving around.
I'm seeing Kisago mentioned Steel Battalion in VR. Christ, that would be amazing. Or Star Wars The Old Republic in VR.
Or even all the horror games, Phasmophobia, Resident Evil 7.
Well, that is. I am going to try Phasmophobia maybe this week if I can.
Not
I really want to try that.
I do too. I need to get more use out my VR.
Moving right along, thank you so much, Scott, for giving us all that juicy news. So we had a very interesting debut of all debuts on the lands of Twitch. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, also known as AOC, she is the New York Congresswoman, made her debut with some other big name streamers such as Hassan Piker, Pokemon, Dr. Lupo, Jacksepticeye, and Bomber Guy. They played Among Us on Twitch, and
Did they
she
get
had
hacked?
no, she didn't get hacked. she had she had she also played with another congresswoman, Ilhan Omar from Minnesota as well. Yeah, just add that in there. She had a record number in Twitch viewership of 400,000 people for her debut.
Ooh.
I know she's in the public eye, but that is nuts.
She affiliate?
Nuts. Imagine your first debut. You hit just getting started. Welcome to affiliate, and then partnership. Like literally waiting your first debut. But no, the reason why I bring this up because I know that we try to keep things more within the pop culture, entertainment, gaming space. But sometimes politics does come into this world. Whether it comes to like ratings of games and what Congress or countries government choose to do with games. So in this case, we see two congresswomen actually use this platform to, I guess, reach out to the audiences, right? And what made me think about this as a very interesting way to connect to potential future pros is that when I watched the Twitch, the actual stream, it felt very genuine. Like it wasn't like a dude or like let's say somebody I've never played games before. Like, hey kids, so I play Call of Duty or Fortnite. Look at my no, it wasn't like that. It wasn't weird. It wasn't awkward. She actually plays games in real life. She plays League. She plays Stardew Valley. Yeah. So it felt so genuine that
of course, Stardew Valley.
People were like vibing. The chat was pretty okay. It wasn't toxic for that amount of people. And I think I'm not sure if this is going to be a thing we'll see as politicians would use this as a platform, or whether it's because of her personality, given like her own background, because she's actually very, very authentic. If you see how she began her political career, it's not like she was with the elites or she was brought up by big donors or like sponsored by. Nah, it's literally she was campaigning while being a bartender and a stewardess, like, or waitress. So it's so cool. But now this is a question I want to pose for you guys. Like, how would you feel if, just like in the UK, Boris Johnson was playing a session of right? A session of, let's say, Jackbox, something like that. Or let me just say, you know what? A session of, I'm thinking of a game, Minecraft, whatever the case may be. How would you guys feel when it comes to like being able to reach your local politicians and being able to engage with them? Would that something that would sort of make you feel more connected, or would that be like, this is too much? Because just to add, because on their side, it's actually, for them, it's like you're reaching out to future voters. They remember who you are. Like, oh, that guy played Among Us, or that guy played Fortnite, or that lady played
he killed me.
Whatever.
In Call of Duty. I'm not voting for him.
They only have that one leg into that front door, right?
Yeah.
So just to get your guys' thoughts, like what do you guys think about potentially seeing this as another platform for politicians to reach out to future voters and get them in their heads?
I think
you're going to start.
I think it's a good thing for US gamers. Unfortunately, UK gamers, if we had politicians come to streams, well, in fact, there's a big difference between US politicians and UK politicians, and that's about 50 years. The kind of people in the UK, they probably wouldn't know how to use a control pad or understand how to use a computer. But I think AOC being on Twitch was kind of it was a big deal. I mean, I don't get too involved in US politics. I mean, UK is enough for me, but I like everything she stands for, and she's young enough to get an audience. I mean, like you said, she enjoys video games. What more do you want? And she's very charismatic. And she's got gumption. Like, she's not afraid to stand up for herself. And I like women with strong opinions, and she has all that. And I mean, the UK would be lucky to have a politician like her. But I mean, as a standard across the board. I couldn't picture it. I mean, Boris Johnson on Twitch playing Among Us. I can't imagine that. There's not really anyone notable in the UK that be able to fill that kind of position.
But then again, like I thought, what Sheriff I say, if they're actual gamers and they actually like to play games, there's no. I mean, the word. I'm not going to say, oh, you're a politician, you like games. That's wrong, because you stream. I mean, if the politician likes games and the game already and they want to stream, hey, fair enough to them. But something to do with with their campaign or something like that, where I better get on Twitch to promote my campaign. Nah, that's not what Twitch is for. In my opinion, I think I saw Sheriff I say it'd be as fake as them going to schools to pretend they care. So you'll be able to see who is who likes games and who's doing it for their enjoyment, or that than kind of just doing it to promote.
Yeah, it's got to be genuine, hasn't it? At the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I mean, she did say she her focus towards the end of that was getting people to vote, and that's important because there are a lot of people, although in the US and the UK, who don't vote because they think, oh, we'll just lose anyway, and it's important that people do vote. It's a very important time for America right now. So, but like I said, she's got a very, very good personality, and she comes across as really genuine. As long as Twitch isn't being used as a political, I don't know, tool to get people to vote. I mean,
but that's the thing. Like it's so it's cause, but that's the thing. Like it is a medium, right? It is for India. Like if I was somebody trying to like get the word out for a person, I'll use Twitter. I'll use Instagram. I would use all these different platforms. Twitch is not a gaming only platform. We see rappers making music there. We see chefs making food there. It's become a platform for literally everything, and it's a huge platform as well. I know its foundation, its roots started from gaming. I get that, but I'm just thinking, like, to your point, it might be seen as an avenue to garner votes, to garner support for person A, person B type of thing.
I mean, what you've just said there, I think you've kind of swayed me a bit. Yeah, because I mean, there is different categories like just chatting, podcasts, all that sort of different categories where you're just on screen chatting to viewers, etc. I kind of get that, as long as I think I'm not bothered anymore. If they want to. I don't need to watch them.
Yeah,
I just need to click away. One click of a button is they're gone. I can click onto somebody who I like to watch. Like Arrow, for instance, sometimes, and beyond.
Oh, cheers, mate.
But yeah, it's simple as one click of a button. But if they're playing a game that I like to watch, and then they start talking politics, again, it's just like click straight off. I was watching you for the game, and your personality.
It's a bit shite. Yeah.
I think anyone who forces their opinions on others is not fun to watch. I don't know, politics. I mean, like you said, I mean, with things with video games in the UK, there's still that stigma of it being for kids, and we've still got the old like my grandparents. They don't understand why I play video games. They think it's it's for children, and unfortunately, our media thinks the same as well. And any politician would just get slaughtered in the UK media for playing video games. I mean, it's not uncommon, but it's I like the idea of it being used to get information out there, as long as it's been fact checked. That's the biggest issue. Like we've mentioned with Facebook, their politics are not fact checked, and I think that's another issue entirely, really. But
yeah, I think just rounding up, I think people have said in chat, she is genuine. She does love the game, like you guys have said. It's natural. It's probably a thing that maybe only her and a few people can do. It's not going to be a standard within, the political campaign strategy of having your politician do a Twitch stream or whatever the case may be. So, but I thought it was really interesting though, because I don't know what's going to happen 10 years down the line. It might start, a type of way of getting people out there, but it's really, really cool.
Did anyone actually watch the stream?
I
No.
watched a little bit of it. I watched a
How
little bit of it.
focused was it on politics rather than just video games?
So it was, and again, guys in chat, feel free to chime in. For me, there were moments where she didn't really mention politics like that, but she didn't have any issue referencing certain people, like saying, if we do this, this, and this, or saying this person, that person. It wasn't a case where she was like, every 5 minutes, you need to be this, you need to support this. No, it wasn't like that. She was actually focused on the game, being involved in the game, but she had no issues just shooting off a particular, I guess, opinion that she had about a certain issue or topic, and without making it look like it was scripted or forced or anything like that. So, yeah, that's
well.
what I thought.
Yeah, I
I
think
can see in
just-
chat, Desel said Rumpf could play Minecraft and all he would do is build walls in Minecraft. Which is quite good. I thought it was quite funny.
Oh, I guess so. So, man, fuck
Oh wow,
Never
that's
know.
a
It might
that's a
happen.
golden tweet.
Oh Lord! All right. So where we had it, we had a fantastic debut from AOC. Looking forward to seeing what she does next on the land of Twitch. Moving right along, Atari. Yes, Atari. I said it right. Is making a comeback. Don't call it a comeback. It's making a comeback. Atari is preparing to launch a new console this fall called the Atari VCS. But the hardware will come alongside another business venture, a new approach to cryptocurrency. Now, just real quick, I'm going to say what cryptocurrency is, and don't ask me anything else after that. Cryptocurrency is a virtual digital currency that's open source and decentralized. An example is Bitcoin. Done. So if you want more information, go to bitcoin.com. Type it in. Type it in there. So now the
You've enlightened
cryptocurrency,
me.
the cryptocurrency that Atari will be launching with their hardware is going to be called Atari tokens. Now, the Atari tokens are backed by Bitcoins. This will allow players to purchase game content. So, also, as part of the launch, it will introduce remastered versions of their classic games like Missile Command Recharge. You guys played Missile Command, right? I'm pretty sure you guys did, right? In some, no? No? Okay.
Oh God,
Really? You never played
Yeah.
Missile Command?
ooh,
Missile Command.
Yeah.
I'll have to.
I'm sure I
search
did.
this.
I'm sure I did.
Pretty sure you must have.
Oh
Anyway.
God, yeah, Jesus Christ, yeah.
So again, the name of the console is going to be Atari VCS. VCS. So the Atari VCS is scheduled to release in November for a speculated price of $390, which is roughly the same price as the all-digital PS5. And it's going to come with a classic
Wow.
joystick and a modern controller design, both priced at $60 each. Now, quick questions. I want to start off with, let's start off with the price. I'll get into the crypto part of it. For the price of $390, they're hoping that they can ride on people's nostalgia, hence why they're, I guess, putting that price, hoping that people feel so nostalgic about it. I'm like, you know what? I want to play Missile Command and all its glorious visuals in 2020. Given that's almost the same price as an all-digital PS5, where do you think this is going to land exactly for you guys? Is it too ambitious? Is it interesting? Do you think this is something you might get, or is the price being?
Could it be like Soldier Boy's console? Well, it'll just fail, I think.
Oh, that's true. Wait, he had a console?
Yeah, he had like
That's right, yeah,
a
that's
little, like, looks like a PS Vita thing, I think.
Oh my god, that is.
I don't know. I thought, honestly, the way you were explaining it there with Atari and Bitcoin, I thought it was going to be like, yeah, you maybe play the original games, but it'll also mine Bitcoins for you.
Oh no.
Then I would be like, but I don't know.
It doesn't.
Are the games getting remastered?
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
Missile Command, for example, is gonna come remastered or reimagined, or it's gonna have its game obviously.
Just Missile Command or any other game?
No, all the other games. I couldn't tell you other games that Atari had. I know for me, Missile Command was the most memorable one. That's why I put it there, so I wouldn't
Right.
forget. But it's gonna be all of their portfolio, all the classic games that will be remastered. So I'll just quickly say I wasn't brought up really on Atari like that. My gaming
No.
career started off on Super Nintendo and Mega Sega Drive, and then what's it called? Game Boy. That's where my
Yeah.
gaming career started from.
Same here.
I dabbled a little bit on Atari because I think one of our friends had it, and that was it. I played Missile Command once, and that was it. So for me, it's cool. However, before I get to the next question, what do you guys think, though? Does this quickly? What do you guys think about a return of Atari?
I think I've said mine. I don't think it'll be.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll take off very well with that price tag of $390 for a bit of memorabilia remastered, and then. I mean, I've still got the Commodore 64 in a box here, and I'm waiting for that price to go sky high. I don't think it has yet.
You plan to sell it?
I mean, well, yeah, my plan is to sell it later down the line. Yeah, I've got about 1,000 game cassettes that they are on
Really?
like tapes. Yeah,
Wow.
I've got tons, all the joysticks, the lot, and that's more memorabilia. I don't think Atari. I mean, like, what's it? Sega released their little Mega Drive, and same with Nintendo, the tiny ones, the digital ones. That's fair enough. But $390 for, I do understand if they're going to remaster all the games, but you can only go so far remastering Missile Command. I think all it is just lines.
It's going to be all of their portfolio, all of the classes that they have. I don't know more than that, but I think we all pretty much agree that price-wise is too much for a trip down nostalgia lane, I believe. Maybe if it was a bit lower, maybe you guys would have felt more comfortable going with it, or even then, even if it's like 100 quid, would it still entice you to get it? Or
I mean, just looking at the console, it's a very nice looking console. Like, the design of it is really, really nice. You can tell it's inspired by its original iteration. But if they're attacking those who are nostalgia for it, it's a bit hard for me for that to appeal to someone who's never experienced that console. But I just don't get who it's for. I mean,
again,
anyone can just download a ROM and play any of these games, and you don't have to spend $90 to do that. I mean, the controller looks nice. They've definitely gone for the staggered sticks like the Xbox control pad. I'm just looking at it. It's stuff now. Like, it's 8 gig of expandable RAM, Radeon GPU. It seems quite overpowered for what it needs to do, and it's capable of running games in 4K HDR. So it makes me think, well, maybe they're planning on putting more games on there besides their original catalog. I mean, if it comes with all their catalog as it is, that's great. If they're going to expand on it, and I can put my ROMs on there, if I can put any digital games in there, it could be just another third-party console that plays third-party games. That'd be interesting, or just downloadable ones.
Yeah, I don't.
I've just seen.
Go on.
Sorry, can I quickly? I've just seen in the website, well, a website where they're advertising this. Atari VCS differ from standard game consoles in the fact that it offers dedicated PC mode. This means you can install a secondary operating system like Windows on a bootable external USB and use the VCS as a home computer. That is a bit more interesting than just an Atari console. It's always nice. Then it goes down the line of little collectible items, that sort of thing. If you can Windows off it, Linux, all that sort of thing. That's quite interesting.
Is it though? Is it really?
For me, well, yeah. I mean, for me personally, I love anything like that. I mean, Raspberry Pis and stuff where you can run Linux and Windows off Raspberry Pis. Little bits of little consoles like that where you can have a console. I would love the new Xbox to run Windows and the Xbox side of things.
Why? Why would you want it?
There's so much you can do. You can have the Xbox console downstairs. I need to send an email.
No, you have your phone. Come on. No, well, you wouldn't put your Xbox to send an email.
Why have you got an Xbox and a PC? What do you use?
I can tell you why. Because I can tell you why. No, I can tell you why. And it's not to send emails, I tell you that. Okay. It's definitely more than that. Okay, look. I get...
Except porn as well, so...
I mean, you gotta get it in HD, so yeah. Anyway, but
I think it's quite exciting. I think it's quite cool.
see,
It looks cool.
I think it's great. I don't really, for me anyway, the whole blended, that part of it doesn't interest me at all. Which what interests me the most is the crypto part of it, because there hasn't been any console or any developer saying, you know what, we're gonna have our own cryptocurrency, which is backed by a cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, to be used in game to purchase items. Now, could this be something that can be applied as an industry standard that, you know what, no longer would you have to use money, you would use cryptocurrencies, Xbox tokens, PlayStation tokens, or even one token system across all the, you know, I don't know. I don't know how it works, but this is a new type of transaction. So I think for me that's more interesting. I don't know how it's going to work exactly. I don't know too much about Bitcoins and blockchain, which Bitcoin sits on in terms of how it operates. But being able to purchase a skin, you know, a DLC with cryptocurrency.
Bitcoin.
How does that work? I wonder. Isn't like one crypto coin like thousands of pounds or something stupid like that?
Yeah,
Not it's
one
got
is,
such a
yeah,
high.
but then
I don't understand how that
you'll
would
get to a
work.
point where it'll be like, well, you
I
can
mean,
buy like 0.1 point or 0.01 of a Bitcoin, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can go down to minute numbers. I think it's going to be. I think it's just going to be a console where you can buy stuff using cryptocurrency, or using cryptocurrency to buy Atari coins. It's going to be no different to kind of going online and buying something that accepts cryptocurrency.
I mean,
just getting it more
Steam
of a norm.
Steam
People are
tried it.
using cryptocurrency.
Steam tried
Yeah, they did.
cryptocurrency, and they didn't want it anymore. They got rid of it back in what 2017. So I don't know, that kind of thing doesn't appeal to me. I mean, the console itself looks quite nice. I mean, but I think nostalgia can only get you so far. But then again, I mean, the Atari wasn't for me. Now, if they decided to do I don't know, a mini N64 or a mini GameCube, I would lose my shit. So maybe there's someone, you know, a bit older than me probably who feels the same way about Atari losing his shit because, you know, he's getting the console that you never thought he'd get. But you know, just bringing it back to Atari again. I think I don't think these are. I don't think these are for us. I don't think they're for our generation.
So and again, I think they're really backing on. I think their plan is to, which is weird, is really go after those people that are so nostalgic, that were brought up in that particular time where Atari was the big daddy, you know, that was owning the whole gaming industry, you know. Those are the people that are trying to market this to. It's not for us that were brought up on the SNES. I don't think so. It doesn't seem like that's the case. For that price, they must be in La La Land thinking that we would we would do that. But I think again, they're just banking on those people that are really, really diehard Atari. Like, look, did they sell a couple of consoles? That's great. Remember, this is not the Atari of back then. They're not the big, they're not the big, you know, massive company that they were. I think they only have like 20 or 30 staff people. It's not.
Well,
it's no longer. Yeah.
Aren't they? Don't they have plans to build a hotel?
Oh God.
You guys heard about that?
I've never heard about that.
Google Atari Hotel. There's something they're working on. So they are prominent. I think I don't quite know how they're making money because anyone can just pick up a ROM of theirs. But it's fascinating. I mean, if I could, it's a lot of money for what it is. I really don't think it's for us.
Yeah.
Well, saying that, as of March the 31st, 2020, Atari is reporting consolidated revenue of 24 million.
From what?
Compared with 20 million previous year.
From where?
Up 16.5% at current exchange rate.
Where is the money coming from?
They must have different stuff in different places.
You think licensing? You think I don't know.
Yeah, that
might be licensing.
You're right.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Well,
okay.
Those of you that are looking forward to the Atari comeback, there you have it. It's coming back with not only a console but a crypto way of buying things. So November is the due date. Right, pivoting to hackers. Yeah, we know them. They ruin games and everything that we love.
Sorry, say that again.
Hackers are terrorizing games on Phasmo and Among Us. So, hackers have been targeting streamers during the downtime in the popular Phasmo games. While in the lobbies, hackers have been able to manipulate the game in a very strange way, thereby leading to random shit happening like ghost spawning. Now, Nons, can you please cue that clip for us, please?
Oh
So
yeah, we have a good clip. Yeah.
we have seen hackers terrorizing, the very popular game Phasmophobia. When you get into the lobby, you're pretty much out of the spookiness. You're taking a downtime. You're just chillaxing. You know.
I'm so sorry, Lauren. Jin.
Damn.
Because that's the chill time. Oh, hang on. There we go.
Are we?
There we go. Yeah, there we go. I had to turn it down because it was screamed in my ear as well. I had to turn it down, forgetting that. I turned you guys down as well.
Am I still on mute? Am I still mute?
No, you're all right now. You're all right.
Okay. So yeah, that happened. Now, there was another clip of another streamer where it was a very ominous sound, very loud sound that played through her game, and she literally freaked out. And I remember seeing, like, afterwards she just broke down crying, because that is not, you're not ready for that. Yeah, we know it's a scary game, yeah, but when you're going into the game, okay, I'm going to be scared, I'm mentally ready. This is during the downtime where you're like relaxing, talking, saying what went wrong, and then that happens. So it's pretty fucked. And they are working on it. Developers are working on fixing this. Hopefully can resolve. But again, this is not only the game that has been terrorized by hackers. Among Us has been plagued by this. I think we've seen in different discords of people saying, guys, be careful, make sure you hide your code so that you don't get hacked, or you don't accept random friend requests, all these kind of things. We've seen those messages being passed along in different servers on Discord. So there was notably one hacker called Eris Loris, who spammed a message on the Among Us lobby, which the message went like, you have been hacked, or they threatened to kill your device if you didn't subscribe to their channel, so and so channel on YouTube. And they also add another message of vote Donald Trump as well. He's a Donald Trump Trump supporter, which yeah, so he's not even hiding it. He's not hiding it. He's saying he's doing this. He's doing this because, one, from what I understood, it's trying to show that there are some loopholes in the game. Obviously, trying to create a bit of notoriety on themselves. It's trying to show that Inner Slots, which is the developer of the game, can potentially hire more developers to fix this as well. And they are aware about it and they're trying to fix it. But this is terrible. Like, 2 popular games now are being terrorized by these people, by these hackers, streamers, and just people trying to enjoy the games. I've been fortunate not to have this happen to me off and on stream. I don't know if those of you that are in chat, while you've been streaming, I don't know if this has happened to you. Let us know. But for you guys, Nons and Adam, this is fucked.
I'm one person,
I mean, sorry, Nons and Scott. Sorry. This is terrible. I mean, I know these games are popular, but what do you think? What do you think, like, in terms of, okay, if you get hacked, what do you think would be the best thing to do? Because I know you're in IT. I know this is probably something you can probably maybe give advice or tips on. What do you think would be the best? What do you think the best way would be to sort of handle this? Like, if you have
Control Alt Delete kill.
If you happen to have this, yeah. What do you think?
We could sit here for hours and hours and talk about hackers, because hackers, no matter what game you're in, pretty much,
no matter what console platform,
platform now, there's hackers. You'll never get away from it. I don't think. You might it's called. You might get rid of a few, but you'll never get rid of hackers. There's always going to be a way of people grabbing data, grabbing money from other people,
there's
other companies, that sort of thing. Yeah. Then again, I wonder, see what you were saying there with the Among Us one, where he's actually came up and went, "Hey, look, go visit this channel, vote Trump." he's not hiding it. So I wonder if he's went down the route because some of the white hat hackers called where they're always trying to get into places, but they don't steal anything and they don't sell anything. They'll let, say, like for instance, Google put their brand out there for instance. If somebody hacks into Google or something to do with Google, they'll report it to Google. Google has got places to report this sort of information. And if they don't do anything, they've got some sort of structure. So if they don't do anything within like 30 or 60 days, something like that, I can't remember what the exact time frame is, they'll start releasing it to the public. So they'll kind of like say, hey, look, I found a glitch, or I can get access to this doing this way. They'll tell them how they got access to it, what it's doing, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You've got this, sometimes as well, they'll say, you've got this many days to fix it. If not, I'm going public. I wonder if he's done the same, and if he has, fair enough. He's
not hiding it. It's not hiding
it's not,
what he's doing.
It's not good. At the end of the day, it's not. I'm not bigging up the hacker here. It's bad. They shouldn't do it anyway, but they should kind of maybe go public and say, look, I found this glitch. If they don't fix it, well, it's going to harm every single one of you who playing Among Us.
Yeah.
And that's what they should do. They should look, go to the developer and say, look, I found this glitch. Patch it. If you don't patch it within 60 days, you've got the resources to, or you can get the resources to.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to release it to the public.
I mean, big companies. I mean, PlayStation recently put out a reward for anyone who can hack their console, didn't they? I mean, there's a reason why they do that, because it's cheaper to pay someone thousands of pounds than it is to just leave a backdoor into their system, because these little people will make software and they'll sell software. I mean, it's for hackers to use. I mean, look at what's been happening with Call of Duty Warfare. They've just banned thousands and thousands of hackers. They've sued the company who produces them. It's a shit show across the board, but I think it's something we kind of accepted when we moved over to PC gaming, where it's more prominent on there. Like in all my time playing consoles, I was only ever experienced to hacking with the most popular video games. That was Halo. Halo 2. We experienced so many hackers. Like we stopped playing competitive because you guaranteed, like 1 in 3 games you'll get a hacker.
Yeah.
But so far, I mean, I've played Fall Guys. I know that's suffered from hackers as well.
Yeah.
But I've been lucky to not experience any of that yet. But I don't really play these big popular games very often, to be honest. Yeah. But it is an issue. It is an issue. It needs to be addressed. It's just a shame. Sorry, it's just a shame that there's no company out there making security to be used across the board, rather than each company have to, like Among Us, Phasmophobia. These are relatively small businesses that are expected to fend off all these hackers. It's a shame they can't just license a company. I don't know if there's one. I don't know if that exists, to just do it for them. That'd be the most convenient way.
Yeah,
but
they in terms of. And this is just, I don't know if you had something else to add, but I want to just quickly say that they've actually responded to a tweet saying that a good way to avoid this is to go to the beta version of Phasmophobia. That's what the dev have said, that it actually helps prevent, the hacks coming into your game, and also avoid going into modded lobbies. So I've only played this game with, other people. I didn't even know you can even play it publicly, like find a lobby and play. So yeah, those two things, if you do that, it's obviously preventing or, decreasing the chance of you getting hacked while you're playing this game. So just quickly wanted to mention that.
Yeah. I mean, Mr. Misk said in chat, there are cheat companies, they're just small roadblocks to hackers. And that's a shame. I mean, for big games like Phasmophobia and Among Us, that is just a roadblock, but it's better for the smaller games really. It's just a shame.
Is quite small in a way. I mean, that has happened Among Us. I think they're all small games that just kind of blown up.
Big communities, that's what I mean.
Yeah, like, big communities
in terms of
small
size of community.
Yeah.
It's just, I think it's a lot for a small dev to take on at this point, and there's not really much they can do about it until if they decide to staff up and take precautions. I mean, look at Call of Duty. Like I mentioned before, they are still dealing with hackers, and they will probably always deal with hackers. It's just something we have to live with, unfortunately, for being a PC gamer, because it's more prominent on PC gaming than it is on console gaming.
Yeah. So just be careful, guys. Again, there are solutions or tips you can use to sort of prevent you guys being hacked, and especially for Phasmophobia. I know Innerslots is working on a fix for Among Us, but for Phasmophobia, if you avoid going into the modded lobbies and playing on the beta version of the game, that would obviously decrease the chance of you getting hacked. So just be careful out there. Right,
Awesome.
I'm gonna pass it up to Nuns to give some very tasty, interesting.
Oh, yeah, some tasty news today. Thought this kind of this appealed to me, but it is a pity this is only in America. Basically, there's a guy, an engineer, software engineer called Rashik Zahid, who has created a bot that orders $18,000 worth, well, nearly close to $19,000 of McSundays every 30 minutes to find out if the machines are working per restaurant. So it's because at the end of the day, I've well, half the time you go to McDonald's, I'm always there. I know. You go to McDonald's and nearly 90% of the time you order ice cream or a milkshake. Sorry, the machine's broken. Like,
Oh God,
broken
yeah.
every time I come
They don't
here.
want to clean it. That's why.
That's it. So the solution, a bot to check ahead, where this was born McBroken. It's called the app McBroken,
That's the name.
which maps out,
Oh, God.
which maps out all of the McDonald's near you with a simple color-coded dot system: green if the ice cream machine is working, and red if it is broken. The bot basically works through the McDonald's mobile app, which you can use to place an order at any McDonald's location. And if you can add an ice cream to the order, to your cart, the theory goes the machine at that location is working. If you can't, it's not working, so then it'll come up with a red dot, so that the bot knows, okay, I can't put that in my cart, it's going to go down as broken. So the engineer actually said, I reverse engineered McDonald's internal ordering API. He explained when he launched the tool, I'm currently placing an order worth nearly $19,000 every minute at every McDonald's in the US to figure out which locations have a broken ice cream machine.
This guy has way too much time on his hands.
Either though, I really like McFlurry. Or a combination of both.
It must really like the McSundays or McFlurries or some sort of ice cream.
Though,
I can't remember the last time I had a McFlurry. I genuinely can't think.
I've had that many. I think I can't remember the last time I have. But he started out examining the McDonald's locations in Germany where he lives. He biked around Berlin, physically visiting each McDonald's location, see if the McBroken data was correct. So he set up the app, tested it. You actually physically go visit every single McDonald's to see if the app was correct. Shit. After it passed the test, he expanded to the US. He also found out shortly after launch, the 1 minute time frame was too quick, and the app pretty quickly pretty much blocked him and kicked him out and banned his account, all that sort of thing. So he's now upped it to every 30 minutes. So the app actually refreshes every 30 minutes. So whoever's in the US out there, if you really love McFlurries or are they called McFlurries? They must be called McFlurries over in America. But anyway, McSundays or
really hope
ice
this guy's
cream.
making money from this.
Hey.
This man has earned it. He is.
I mean, if he has advertisements on there, I don't see why he wouldn't. But then again,
so carry on.
I was just saying, you were saying there why you must have too much time on his hand, but I think it must be a hobby to him. If he's made this app as a hobby and it expands and blows up like it might do, wow. This is a very handy app. A funny app for me. I mean, I would download it just to kind of give it a go. Why not?
So, quick question then, just to throw it out there. What's your guys' favourite McFlurries? And don't say
Uh,
all the McFlurries. All of them. Pick one.
Probably Oreo.
They do an Oreo McFlurry. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do they still do the cream egg one? Do you remember the cream egg with the
Yes,
caramel?
I think they do,
Not
yeah.
caramel, whatever it was.
They always change it now. I mean, the original was like dairy milk. Cream egg, I think, is still original. And
Smarties.
Flake, I think Flake is. And Smarties
Yeah.
one, yes. I think Oreo might be the standard now. I've seen Oreo one quite often. I would also see an M&M McFlurry. What? I've never seen an M&M one, but I've been to Vegas and I've seen the M&M shop. I wouldn't be surprised as an M&M McFlurry. I wouldn't mind an M&M McFlurry.
I don't know what I want.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
You don't. You've asked this question and you do not know what you want.
I don't know. I think if they did a cream egg one, I'd be all over that. I mean, I'd go batshit crazy for cream eggs.
Yeah, they do. They do. I'm sure that 99% sure that they do a cream egg. Mine, I think, would be the Oreo. I love Oreos. So, what about you?
Yeah.
I know. Did you say all? If you had to pick one.
No, I was actually.
McDonald's turned around. Okay,
even,
McDonald's turned around to you. Go right. Okay, we're going to cancel all McFlurries apart from the one you like.
I was actually thinking about the one I had back in the UK, and I can't even remember. I'm just looking at what they have here in Malta. I'm just looking at the ones.
I forgot your body is a temple.
I mean, so I'll probably go for
mine's a pyramid.
Biscuit Sensation Caramel. Sounds delicious.
What?
Biscuit Sensation Caramel. That's yeah. That sounds
what fucking
dope.
McFlurry are you looking at now?
That's the one we have here in Malta.
Is it a Bisco?
No, biscuits. Biscuit Sensation
Biscuit.
Caramel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I suppose different locations have different McFlurries.
That's crazy practice going on over there. Biscuit and ice
Jelly,
cream.
mate.
Christ.
Jelly. Very jelly.
Well, yeah, I just thought that was worth mentioning because everybody likes, to me, everybody likes McDonald's. Who doesn't? I thought it was quite a nice little techie way of getting around the turning up at the drive-thru, ordering your food and going, I'll have a McFlurry, please. Machine's not working.
Well, is it actually, are people looking at this guy's app and thinking, oh, that place doesn't have a McFlurry. Oh, I'll go to the other one.
I mean, if he's
in America,
created
it's different because there's one on every block. In the UK, I'd have to travel, half hour out my way.
You live in the middle of nowhere. I mean, round here, I think there's about 5 McDonald's
Is there? Yeah.
It's 5-10 minute drive, so it's yeah. I mean,
so we have M&M McFlurry. Oreo's the best. The best is M&M and Oreo mix. They have then cream egg during Easter. Cream egg is disgusting.
August says my body is a gas station bathroom.
They do have some interesting vending machines there, but okay. Right.
Brilliant. Yeah. Moving on. This is a weird one. We can now beta test cars. Particularly, Tesla's full self-driving beta is here, and it looks scary as hell. So now, this week, Tesla began pushing its full self-driving, or in brackets, it's short FSD update, to a select group of customers. And the first reactions are now beginning to roll in. So basically, this means Tesla has the full self-driving tech is where you come off the highway or motorway if you're English, and it's so if you're on a normal street, park cars left, right, it'll do 90 degree turns where obviously on the highway it's lane changing, etc. The full self-driving feature, which is still in beta. So they're pushing this out to customers, going, test this out. Give it a whirl. So it's like games. I think fair enough a game. If something goes wrong and crashes, oh well, it's crashed. It's been beta. But if this software crashes in your Tesla car, you could be doing 30 miles. I think it only goes up to 30 mile an hour. But anyway, you can go 30 mile an hour down a street somewhere. You hit a parked car because your beta software crashed or broke or something went wrong down the line. How do you guys feel about beta testing software in a car?
I would have to read the terms and conditions.
Full self-driving car.
Dude,
well, there is no terms and conditions when it comes to beta in a way. It's like You test it at your own risk. It is. I will see if I can find this statement from Tesla. Oh, where the hell is it again?
If the quote was the car made several left and right turns on its own, which is kind of scary because when I'm used to that, that in itself is telling you do not fucking do it. Like, don't even try. Like, they don't even know. They're like, oh, this is not within our calculations. This is not right. No, I can you imagine like you thinking, okay, this is fine. You know, you just pretty much just chilling, and the next thing you know, it just turns veers left into another car and you're dead, or veers into a pond or something. I don't know.
Are you responsible for the actions it takes during a beta?
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
That's
you worry because basically Tesla has its warning. It's when it in their introductory language is it may do. I'm quoting this by the way. It may do the wrong thing at the worst time.
Are they trying to inspire confidence?
Holy shit!
Or the opposite? Like what?
I wouldn't even
according to Onos as well.
Can you imagine? It may.
Ono says Tesla self-driving is whack, coming from a person who test drives self-driving cars. So Ono does this for a living by the sounds of things, and he says Tesla's self-driving software is shit.
If they put in beta testing software out there, they should take responsibility because it's on them if things go wrong. But I mean, who in their right mind would choose that kind of setup?
But it can't be.
Beta tests, are they for people who already own a Tesla, or are they just people off the street who want to try it out?
No, people who are already own Teslas. There's a select group of Tesla owners who have signed up for this. So
also known as daredevils.
Who haven't got anything to live for. But you're saying it kind of lies on their head if anything goes wrong. In a way, it's just like a standard self-driving car now with it's in full release. You've got to still take responsibility no matter what the car does. So it's still going to be on your head no matter what stage the operation is. So you can't always rely. End of the day, you could be out and you haven't taken care of the brakes and the brakes fail. It's still on your head. It's not a manufacturer's issue. Which again, I think it comes to the same kind of responsibility in software.
Is this for new features? Because, I mean, out of all the cars, Tesla, they pretty much pioneered the whole AI thing. Well, them and Google. I think they're at a point where they know what they're doing. And correct me if I'm wrong, they've ironed out majority of the kinks. The beta, where they mentioned it could fail, is that for new features? Because I'm sure I've seen videos of...
There's two different types, well, that I can see of autonomous driving at the moment. That's out, well, for me, there's the highway, so like lane switching, slowing and speeding up when you're getting close to cars, that sort of thing. This is full self-driving. It's like partial, which is out now. It's full self-driving. So at the moment, there's no... I think it might be doing a test in... San Francisco where it's completely driverless cars, but it's only used to one neighborhood, one type of car, and that's something else to talk about.
Yeah.
But at the moment, Tesla has a feature where it lane change, speeds up and slows down with cars, with the traffic. It doesn't do when it comes off the highway. It doesn't do all the autonomous driving where it goes around roundabouts, turns left, turns right, stops at stop signs. Where this feature does, this new update, full self-driving. So you'll install the software on your current car, and then what it'll do is it'll go off onto the streets or cars. It'll do stop signs, traffic lights, that sort of thing. Turn left, turn right. So it's it's a leap forward. I think it's totally different to what is on the highways at the moment.
I just thinking like sorry, Karen.
No. Go on, mate. Go on.
I was just gonna say that because we spoke a little bit about this before the show, was that wouldn't there be like a safety protocol where it's saying, okay, I am the module, I'm about to fuck up in about 10 seconds. 10 seconds for you to take control of this car, type of thing. Like, doesn't it give you any kind of warning? Or does it just a failsafe, like, let you know that, okay, it's no longer working as intended. I would resume manual operation for you to take control of the car and then proceed with wherever you're going to. Like, isn't there some kind of buffer between, like, safety protocol are buffered so that it's not just it's fucked
yeah.
up and then you can't do anything. It's not...
Well, at the end of the day, I'm assuming that you get this beta test, beta software. I mean, if you were at this moment, it's brand new to nearly everyone. If you're behind a car and getting this beta software where it'll drive itself, I'm not going to be sitting back asleep. I mean, obviously, it'll tell you to kind of. I think you've got to keep your hands on the wheel
Okay.
to make it work a long period of time. I think you can take it off for a certain period of time, not 100%. You're not going to be sitting there ignoring everything, especially when it's in beta. Even I would think currently out there, you're still going to be aware of what's going on, and going, hang on, I'm coming up to this parked car doing 30 miles an hour. One, I'm not going to stop quick enough if this keeps going within the next 5 seconds. So you're going to make some sort of adjustments to say, right, okay, it's not fucking working. I'm getting myself around this car and taking over. It's not going to physically drive you into a car. I wonder if it will. If it does, and I say, hang on, there's a glitch here. There's something in front of us I can't recognize. I don't know what to do. Hopefully it'll just slam its brakes on. But out, you think, as a fail-safe.
I saw Ono's message at the bottom. It's like buying a computer from Microsoft and then blaming Microsoft for you pirating movies. So I like that comparison, but the only difference really is that pirating movies won't get you or other people killed. So
depends what country you're in.
I think it's irresponsible for them to do this. Like, how does that get past safety standards? It shouldn't. I think if they want to test,
it's like testing drugs.
Like Google
testing
have
drugs,
been doing it on their own estate.
Exactly.
On their own estate for a few years before they put it out to the public. It shouldn't be in the hands of consumers, because I don't know if you guys use Reddit, but there's a subreddit called Idiots in Cars, and almost every other week I see at least one video of some guy in the passenger seat while his Tesla is driving, and there's stupid people out there, I don't know. I just don't like the idea of beta testing a big vehicle like that is potentially to harm themselves and other people. I think it's very irresponsible.
San Francisco is just their full self-driving cars, like driverless cars, where there's nobody behind the wheel. You'll be in the back seat. I think they only go maximum 30 miles an hour. But still,
like Onos has just said, it probably wouldn't get past our regulations. Some countries are more tougher than others. I mean, it's the future. Don't get me wrong. That's where we're heading, and that's great. And there's going to be some kinks, but it's not the consumer that should be working out those kinks. Personally,
it's like it's a beta test, so just because again, it's not out in full production. It's not available for everybody. Like you said, there are going to be some kinks that would definitely need to be worked out. Some safety protocol measures that will need to be worked out if there's going to be full scale production. Absolutely. But just to what Adam said, I was going to say that it's like experimental drugs, right? You sign some type of agreement. You get compensated for taking said drug. The what you call it, the developer or the manufacturer is not responsible for what happens to you, because you sign an agreement. You're compensated for your for taking this chance. So I guess I don't know if this is the same with Tesla. If they compensate certain individuals for doing this, and then send an agreement that, look, you're doing this. We know you might get fucked up, but here's here's a bag of dough for you as well. I don't know. I hope they do.
He has a bag for your body parts once you crash.
I'd like them to at least cover the insurance.
So I don't know.
Yeah, there might.
There is a crash.
Yeah, I did hear you say, what about other users on the road? But then again, it's like somebody who's lost their mind and just wants to get in a car and cause as much trouble as they can in a car. They can do that at the moment. And the day it's just like I don't know. Yeah. I think I've said a bit too much. It's getting. We've been going for an hour and a half now. I've just looked. It's.
I'm just worried of a future where people want to buy a Tesla, but they can't afford the proper model. But they're like, the beta version is a little bit cheaper, so they'll opt for that. And I don't know, your pedometer might not work all the time.
And I go to like a black market, like, yo, can I get that beta version of that model?
Yeah, I mean, if the alpha version is cheaper, I'll have that instead.
Sure. Like it's a good point. I hope not though. That's terrible. We
I
hope
mean,
not.
I'm interested to see where this goes, and I hope nothing bad becomes of it.
I'm all
Um,
for self-driving cars, so
Oh, so am I.
I am
but
interested. I am interested in
not
where this is
beta.
going. I understand they've got to test somewhere. At the end of the day, I mean, there's only a certain amount of land and a certain amount of tests they can do on site, where they need to kind of learn as an everyday driver, load of different locations, people all over the world. Some actually people have signed up for this, going, yes, I'll help you out. I'll test it on my head, be it, which is
It's like I
fair
think
enough.
I think I read something about similar to how planes, certain changes they make. They do live, obviously. They test. Somebody's flying the damn thing. They're taking a risk as well. So I see this as not the same, but there needs to be live tests. They need to test it on,
Yeah.
in real environment. There's only so much of open space from this place to this. It doesn't get you what you need. It doesn't get you any valuable information. So,
Look, Davis Gore says, just wait until self-flying cars.
oh, Dave, I'm waiting.
That's
mate.
another kettle of fish.
I don't think that's ever gonna happen. I know, but that's like
Not in our generation.
no.
Not in
I
our
don't think so.
lifetime
I
either.
don't think so. I really don't think so.
Anyways, moving on.
Blind law, can you imagine?
We get to some of the better stuff, the free games, sales, and notable stories and new releases.
Yes.
For Halloween, there's a Mortal Shell Halloween update. This free content drops packages together an electric mix of special items and additions. So there's stuff like 10 unique shell shades. There is a new mini quest centered on the what I don't even know what that is. Amphibian Golf.
Yes, it's
Don't
basically
know
a
what that
giant
is.
toad.
What is that?
He's been in the game.
Right,
He's been in the
okay.
game since the very beginning. Anyone who's played that
Right.
game will know it
Right.
because he's
chilling
just
out
there and nobody
Yeah.
knows what he's about until now.
Right. There is a new photo mode and alternative boss fight soundtrack courtesy of Black Metal Legends Rotting Christ.
Jesus.
That sounds interesting. From Mortal Shell, nice little Halloween update there. I put this in here as well as a notable story. Xbox head, Phil Spencer, has hinted at the xCloud streaming sticks for TVs. So speaking with Stratus Sherry, I think, which is part of The Verge, Spencer said, I think you're going to see lower price hardware as a part of our ecosystem when you think about streaming sticks and other things that somebody might want to just go plug into their TV and go play via xCloud, which I thought was very interesting. So you could have like an Amazon Fire Stick to plug into your TV for you to be able to stream Xbox One games, which is, I think, fantastic because the Amazon Fire Sticks are cheap, and they do. And actually, I'll mention this as well before I say something else. Microsoft partnered with Samsung to promote the Xbox game streaming, guaranteeing its huge audience when it left preview. Microsoft already partnered with Samsung to promote Xbox game streaming, guaranteeing its huge audience when it left preview. But low-cost streaming sticks, as we've already seen with movies and TV, will drive a lot of interest from households who can't afford or don't want a full-service gaming console. And I don't think Microsoft has forgotten Apple. A web-based solution for iOS is in the works and due to roll out early next year. So it's fairly interesting when it comes to sticks and what Microsoft is thinking later down the line of just trying to get as many gamers on their platform as they can, playing Xbox games through the cloud. So let's I can't put a little note in there. I think more TVs are needing more HDMI leads now. I think that's going to be the main problem, is finding enough fucking HDMI inputs in the back of your TV.
My living room
taken up now.
TV downstairs, it only has one HDMI port. How weird is that? Just one? Like my TV up here has 6.
6?
Wow.
Yeah.
Big hell. Well, yeah. Will you be struggling downstairs? Holy shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So free games with the PlayStation Plus is Need for Speed Payback and Vampire is still on there at the moment. Games with gold for October: Slay Away Camp, Butcher's Cut, available from the 1st till the 31st of October. The Maid of Sker, available from the 16th of October till the 15th of November. Costume Quest is available from 16th to the 31st of October. And free with Epic Game Store. Again, Amnesia, a Machine for Pigs, which I still need to play that. I'm going to try and do that this week.
That's ended now.
yeah, and then
15th,
yeah,
the 10th, the
it did, yeah.
22nd. What's the date? Yeah, so scratch that. The only one is Costume Quest 2, which is free from the 22nd, which is Thursday gone until the 29th. And Layers of Fear 2, which is free from the 22nd until the 29th of October. That's all I have for today.
Nice. Well, thank you very much, Adam. Appreciate that. So some very, very fantastic free games. Amnesia, Layers of Fear, Vampire. Go check them out. I would actually download Machine of Pigs and Layers of Fear. But then again...
you've missed about on Machine of Pigs, mate.
Sorry, yeah. That's true. Layers of Fear, I might do that, but then again, I'm pretty much at my limit with horror games, so let's see.
I've already got it downloaded. I'm hoping to play that this week. Fingers crossed.
Ooh, interesting.
Fingers crossed.
Well, thank you so much. Scott, tell us, where and what are you doing on stream? What are you watching?
When now?
I was like, what?
All right.
Tell us.
Let's try and
what the fuck you doing?
Right.
Tell us.
Well, me and you we've just finished Man of Medan. That was an experience. I was watching Authentic stream that the other night. So that, I mean, if you guys are into that kind of, how would you even describe Man of Medan? It's a third person horror choice kind of game. I don't really know what it is, but it's basically I don't know, like a Telltale's version of a horror game, isn't it?
Where you make choices, and your choices determine the survival of the fellow characters in the game. It's horror decision-based game. Let's go with that.
They need to come up with their own little genre name for games like that. But that was great. That probably the scariest game I've played in a while, actually. Probably since Resi 7. So, we just finished that. Streaming wise, I started to finish Sekiro, and Neo. I know Jaden wants to jump back in on Neo 2, that is. But I have just bought the Elder Scrolls Online, the Greymore edition, the brand new expansion. I've played a few hours of that. It's nice jumping back into Skyrim. That was a lot of fun. But other than that, I think that's it really. But not really watching anything at the moment. I've been reading a lot lately. I'm still working my way through the Witcher books.
Yeah.
I've just actually had a notification that the new Halo book has been dispatched. So I'm looking forward to that. That's based around Master Chief and a Noble team going back to Reach.
Very nice.
I'm very much looking forward to that.
Very nice.
I've not, to be honest. I did watch Ghost Ship last night. It was recommended by Authentic because we were drawing comparisons between that and Man of Medan, and there are a lot of comparisons. The film is terrible, but it had some great ideas. So I kind of enjoyed it in a way. It was kind of so bad it was good.
Okay.
And you can follow me on Twitter at neon_demon4, and Twitch is just neondemon4.
Nice. Go check them out, guys. It is a good place to be. And then Nuns, tell us what you currently playing, what you streaming, and what you watching.
I haven't been streaming much. I've decided to kind of take a bit of a week off. I'm not 100% sure when I'll be coming back this week. I'm hoping maybe try again Monday, Tuesday. I've had a few things going on. But I have been catching up. Well, not catching. Started Haunting House Hill.
Haunting of Hill House.
Haunting of Hill House, which is fantastic. I'm up to episode 5. That's fantastic. Been playing with T-Rex on Tarkov again, offline. I haven't been streaming that, which I've loved getting back into Tarkov. I've missed it, and now I have a new friend on T-Rex. Thank you very much, buddy. Much appreciated if you're there. I've been playing that a lot, or when I can, and new things which I hopefully I can mention in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, hope fingers crossed. I'm gonna start trying to stream Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, and again on Sunday for ATF. And you can catch me at twitch.tv/Nuns and Moses, and the Moses has a 0.
Nice, nice, very good. And for myself, I am currently playing some Overwatch as usual. Standard playing Overwatch, a lot of Apex. I'm also going to be starting a new single player game, Control, on Monday. I'm hoping to play some Phasmo on Friday, depending on if we can actually play the new Man of Medan, Last Hope, on Friday with Neon Demon. We'll see if we can do that. If not, I might be doing some Phasmo. Currently not watching. Actually, no, I'm watching Hell's Kitchen. Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen. I don't know why. No, Kitchen Nightmares.
Awesome.
Kitchen Nightmares. Yes, Kitchen Nightmares. It's been great. Like, fantastic. So I'm watching a lot of that. And you can find me on Twitch at A_R_O, on Twitter and Instagram at A_R_O_2NG. I am there and I post random shit sometimes, but yeah, love you. And if you want to catch this channel, you want to stay connected, you can catch us on our Twitter and our YouTube at AboveTheFold_1. Again, thank you so much to Nuns and Neon, Scott, and Adam for joining us today, as usual. And thank you all for guys being here, rocking with us, participating in the chat. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, shout out to all of our new followers, Davis Ghost and Witch Lurks, I believe. Thank you so much.
Witchy players, little sneaky.
That was episode 23? Damn. Okay, we're getting close to that video. I know. Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode next week Sunday. Later.
Bye.